What do I feel about the skin system in this game? Feel nothing when you open a loot box. I feel like it'll feel better when there's actual, like, changes to the loot chests. Like, having them have been the same since release is a bit rough. But I think they've said the idea is the chests are going to update, like, either monthly or every other month. And having them feel more time limited would probably go a long way. It's the only one that just does something. Good money for your favorite cards. Yeah, I mean, the card skins are cool too. I don't know, that's another thing that you can get out of the chests. Yeah. Operates for rare stuff, or also rather brutal. Not getting one legendary in 3 runs of daily play feels super bad. Yeah.
Waste of gun.
Skins are eventually meant to be a marketplace system like CSGO, but that's subject to change. Wait, really? I haven't heard of them backing away from that. I thought that was like a main way that the game was going to monetize, was marketplace fees. Do I feel anything when I open the boxes? I mean, I did before I had everything already, but now, like, the actual drops that I can get are so rare that it's hard to get excited for the chests. I imagine if I ever opened the legendary, I'd feel pretty good about it.
Reward the peaceful, punish the warful. I'm so glad we could share.
Are they still open one by one every game? I mean, how could I not? I want to know what's in them. What if it's a legendary?
Your aura guided me to what you needed. Use that for the good of all.
So I can't roll if I buy this. Not really looking for anything out of the fishing rod. The most reliable for hitting 7 wins. All of my Vanessa games this patch have been 7 wins or better. All of my dually games, except one that I memed real hard with Proboscis, have been 7 wins or better.
Being an elder is just one.
I think Pig is the most likely to just have disasterful starts that just don't go anywhere. And those are the games that you do worse.
You picked that up quickly. Maybe I'm getting better at this.
Gotta reload my cutlass.
Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
My people believe in
Nothing's to pop on every single run for dually. Does it? I've had one railgun game on dually. That item does not exist. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'll admit, that was impressive.
It's a cool train setup. Pepper spray trained. Caltrops exist? You're over it. I don't know. Like, caltrops exist, so things that are more... are less like activate a bunch of items and more activate one item a couple times that kills get better. It's not like caltrops is Exodia. There are a lot of... like, every character has some access to bonk boards, except maybe Dually. I mean, Dually has dinos. That's kind of like a bonk board. I don't know. And you can definitely overpower
Sails down and
mediocre
out.
caltrops boards with railgun.
Just waiting for your command.
That
reformed bloke can sell the guns. Don't go out at night round here, even with this on you.
I mean, I don't mean bonk like the skill. I mean bonk as in hitting you upside the head and murdering you. Bonk is in double whammy. Was bonk is force field? That's true. That's true. Bonk. I mean, yeah, bonk is. It's not even that it's a hard counter. It's just that it's almost never bad. I have to say that as almost never bad because we did lose a fight because we had bonk once, but it's almost never bad.
As spineless as a jellyfish.
It is almost universally one of the best things you could be doing. Is having the skill bonk.
How do you hugelings use these
Caltrops
things?
lose to anything besides a bonk right now. Depends how big the Caltrops is. Like I said, you can kind of overpower with railguns. And they lose because of having bonk skill. We were playing eels.
On behalf of the Grand Society of blah blah blah. Bye. Okay, now sell me something. Something huge.
So I agree if the silencer cooldown, but pretty sure this is a better board for now. How good. Well, we would have won the fight if we didn't have bonk. What if I do a little bit of briefing?
So you're not made of sugar? How does that even work? Why not? Your mom won't let you.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago. I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Think we're good? There's a lot of shield on the barrel. Yeah, we're fine.
Next time, boys, less blunder, more plunder.
It's more that eels want your opponent to go off while not being CC immune and hard to scale. I mean, ours was CC immune and we did scale it, so I don't disagree. I don't think eels is particularly good, but like we had an eels board, and because we had bonk, we just didn't act fast enough. And now I have to say, almost every board gets better if it has a bonk on it. Damage enchant on powder flask. You have it feed super syrup forever. I don't think that works because it loses max ammo, so you can't reload it, right?
The Bazaar is an overripe fruit.
Yeah, you can still upgrade it. Did we almost lose to Dervish? Is that it? Wait, what just happened? Oh. Is this... Wait, is this a day 4 fight or a day 3 fight? Oh, it's a day 4 fight, that's why. Okay, sure. Hmm. I think I want to upgrade this.
I've got a lot of work to do, but this'll be fun! But the Bazaar will go dark without me!
Ah, place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold. Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Not super committed to anything one way or the other. This could be ammo, it could be some weird multi-weapon board. Could be single weapon.
Experience is treasure. I will share mine.
I'll just take this then roll.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
How good is Brick Buddy? Thank you for critting. Almost good enough. Well, starting 3-0 with a Super Syrup start. Pretty good place to be.
Another empty chest, waiting to be filled.
I'm taking it.
Thanks for trusting me.
The upside on shatter
Hope we
is
can do this again.
extreme.
Surprised you found the shop. I ain't exactly had. Put a few rounds in a dervish for me, will ya? Good on ya. But I'd take a few more clips.
Ammo Shop has a lot of hits now. No repeater. Nah, repeater sucks. You could maybe consider repeater starting at like gold, but silver repeater is not an item. I have no defenses.
The Blood Reef brooks no weakness.
Please give me the fight. No, I need to cash this out.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Skill give the food ammo. Oh. Yeah, it could. Could. Not sure exactly how that works. They have double Enchant. Spicy. Scary. Yeah, it does look like that works. The only problem is I can't give crit to double barrel while doing that. Isn't really worth much. I mean, it's 4% permanent crit.
You have at least a grain of wisdom, since you have come to me.
Okay, come on. Maybe?
My skills are not weapons. A blade can prune a garden.
Some fight to syrup, supposed to take damage items off your board, so syrup gets more time to go off. You can do that for some PvE fights, yeah. I mean, the counterplay is just... What do you mean there's no counterplay? It's only having the speed of your board. Just like haste is doubling the speed of your board. It's just canceling out the haste. Yeah, or your haste goes off first. Dragon Whelp. Interesting. So what, it's only plus 25 on the double barrel, but that's still probably worth it.
Haha. Now this will inspire the crew. We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
Oh my. It's a lot of healing. Yeah. Don't have the damage for that one. Luxury tents. Heal items have multicast. They're popping off with the duct tape. Yeah, freezes would be good. Gotta take the damage here, I think. Pretty sure even with the damage, which might just be a bit too much. Not saying that we definitely lose it, but I'm not gonna risk it.
See that plank? Walk it.
Why does Lufu set himself apart? We knew those
That's a
skills
good one.
quickly, but it takes patience to master them.
Sell the silencer. Oh yeah, we could. We could.
Must be a hole in my coin purse.
Syrup
I may be
carry.
young for
Yeah,
a
not the
captain,
first time
but I've
Syrup is
seen my
carried.
share of storms.
Diamond Regal Blade with rigged? Oh my, and the rigged lands on it? Oh my god. Okay, well, we got there. Thankfully the rest of their boards, whatever. Would I rather play a captain's wheel over these? Probably.
I was expecting you 0.5 seconds ago.
Streamer client. I mean, it's pretty likely, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Don't tell me the odds. I don't want to know. Maybe I'm just gonna take one of the safer fights.
Come to steal my potions. Filthy.
It's so much health to fight through. We do scale, but
You've got me. Stem and all.
looks like it would have been doable. Our damage is pretty good. But the problem is this is also scaling me because of the crit chance. Dice pick is slower. Yeah, I played Cannonade before. It wasn't better than a random item. I kind of want the gold. HP doesn't get me gold. Revolver is fast, though. Revolver is fast. Still slower than the Cutlass. I don't know. If it was more than 1 second to freeze, I'd be a lot more down for it. Because I want to be hasting it, too.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend.
Cycle of the heroes. So what do you think of the meta, the strength and weaknesses of each hero choice? Pig and Vanessa both have less consistent but pretty powerful starts available compared to last patch. Where it seemed like last patch, Pig had like the longbow starts, but other than the longbow starts, it was pretty hard to be strong early. Now you've got like all of the scaling items can go crazy. Like Ganjo and Waits are both better now. Then in the... Pig still has the same mid-game struggles that he did before. But with Dooley's late game getting worse, Pig is maybe relatively better late. it does seem like it's easier to play Crook for a bit longer than you could before as well. Yeah, Railgun Dually is good. Dually still has the most consistently good early game, I think, between like Ignition Core or just Red Core starts in general. Shield Core is still very good. But Dually has a lot more trouble scaling into the late game than the other two characters, I feel.
I know the eastern sky is beautiful at dawn.
And then Vanessa's early game overall got a lot better with all the bronze item buffs. But still needs to find skills in order to have damage scaling, which can be rough. This is just looking for double barrel. CV changes, hurt Duali's early game. A bit, yeah, like Aiden is worse. I think those are a bigger deal for the late game, though, than they are for the early game. Like, so often, last patch, Dually wouldn't get started until the first Aiden activated, and now your first Aiden's activating a second slower. There's not really a 3-second cooldown item to replace first Aiden. Pistol Sword not worth picking up? I don't think so. On this board? We're not really an ammo board. We don't have any flat damage other than what we're getting out of improvised weaponry.
You remind me of my first voyage around the globe. Unbearably slow.
Do we still feel strongest? I don't know. Maybe. I honestly think you could make a case for any of the characters being strongest right now. I think Pig has the best late game options. Vanessa has the most just like holistic game in terms of having good late game options and being strong in every phase. And then Dually has a lot of early strength, but you can't just lean on early strength because every character now has some good stuff to be doing early. It's not as easy to just start 6-0 on Dually for free because you're Dually. It's very free.
We barely
Maybe.
got our flags up.
It's free for at least the first couple days if they're not super fast.
Space is my canvas, and time is my paint.
What are the cannonade enchants? Just slows or hastes one thing. Okay, skip poison, get poisoned anyway. That's fine, that's fine.
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation. I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
It's still just worse than the Cutlass, right? We're already scaling when we crit. Rather scale the barrel. Now this one, though. If I could find some crit, that would be kinda sick.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
With the mix of the old level 10 and the new one, 2 set choices and a random one. Yeah, I don't know. That's a huge fucking silk. Thank you, poison. Because you can't rely on a specific enchant to force boards. Yeah, but what that ends up doing is it just forces the builds that want a couple of enchants to just not really be playable. You just can't really justify being in those comps when you can't find the enchants that make those comps work with any reliability. Shit.
I take no pleasure in this. A lifetime.
We're fast enough.
watching your back.
Respect nature, and nature will still eat you.
Gold rust.
All these things are beautiful, even the slimy ones.
I think the shop is so crazy. There's just no way we're using it. Fish for the ego. I do want defenses. This is a way to get some defenses. I think we're bricking like 3 of the drops too. 2 of the drops.
Reach the limits of the art.
Bricking strength.
Can I help you?
Starting freeze is starting damage.
You know that, right?
You have great potential. Let me train.
That has potential to be cool. I could also just take a slightly better shatter, maybe. I don't think I'm ever playing this over the captain's wheel. This is probably just our board forever. With our current defense situation, chocolate tanking seems like it makes sense as well.
My fight isn't with you.
Everyone always says that about the Slay the Spire soundtrack. It's only the Slay the Spire soundtrack people say that about. You board. You board. We didn't take the sick burn. We're just going here.
Health food. Literally.
It's free. I'm assuming we beat the octopus. I know they did buff it, but yeah, it still doesn't really have damage.
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
It seems very difficult to ever lose, to ever use. Cool insurance. Skull could give me Iceberg, but I can't afford the Iceberg, so... Hull can't give me Iceberg.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Guess we lose to this. Unless we're Gigafast? Nice. Destroyed the powder flask too, yeah. So we get to upgrade... Cannonade is just plus 40 damage. Double barrel is just plus 25 damage. I would like to just go skills.
I do not teach. I help you discover for yourself.
We already have the haste. No, it's never Captain's Wheel. This is already full haste uptime. I guess we'd be playing around slows on the Captain's Wheel.
All wisdom has power, but not all power has wisdom.
Could be worse. Crit to knives need to go in. Probably a similar amount to the cutlass. Poison freeze?
Few understand the aesthetic beauty of a really potent toxin.
Only slow once. That's not poison freeze. That's fine though.
There are so many misconceptions about poison. I'm glad you can see past them.
So many sick burns.
I do not teach powers. I teach mastery as written.
No, I don't think we're ever going to use the medium skill. I didn't know this existed.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
Yikes. I guess we're dead. Unless? No. Well, that's really bad, because this board is going to fall off a cliff.
People first, profit 10th. Maybe if I got better goods.
It's just slow freeze and increased damage via shatter. It was blocked by Radiant, right? Mo. And wavering would be nice. Ooh. Clips would be sick here. Yeah, Clips would be better than Cannonade, I guess. I don't know, Clips can't crit. It might not be.
Just close your eyes and grab something. While you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar. Hooey! Now that's a bargain. That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you.
Over Power Flask at this point? No, you still need the reload, I think.
Good food feeds body and soul.
Like, we have damage scaling, too. It's not like we're completely doomed if we don't burst our opponent down in the first few seconds.
I am not a warrior. I am just a man who has lived a long time.
Tempering.
Coin goes back to our community. We Sphinx.
Okay.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Combat core. Ooh. It's a good thing their board was nonsense. What in the world? Spooky, spooky stuff. Oh, these only free small items. It's actually not that big of a deal. Okay, never mind. It was just the liquid cool that was spooky. Well, and obviously the bonk. Yeah, tempering was great there. Cool. Yeah, I have been liking the burn and poison enchants. Just another way to get more value out of the scaling. Makes it a little less important to have multiple scaling skills.
Mission, right? Overthrowing tyrants, liberation, and such. All of
Yeah,
this is
sweet
just
board.
training.
Sweet board.
The real fight is on Pelago.
Next freeze still don't have any restrictions still. Sure. They might worry about that later. I imagine freeze potion wouldn't get restricted like that, but they probably just weren't worried about off-class items. Is Pelago a place? Okay, I'm going